Hello everyone, I just watched Bad Boys Ride or Die. This film was directed by Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fayah. This movie is written by Chris Bremer, Will Beal, and George Gallo. So this film stars, obviously, Will Smith as Mike Lowry, and it stars Martin Lawrence as Marcus. This is a sequel for Bad Boys for Life, which I think should have been the name of this film. It just makes sense. Bad Boys for Life. I think they missed an opportunity on that one, but it's okay. Anyways, in this film, we follow again Mike Lowry and Marcus in their newfound adventure. They're a lot older now, like 50 years old each. The age comes with newfound problems, maybe health related issues on Marcus's part, that it's handled pretty hilariously. And in this adventure, as you've seen in the trailers, the big part of the plot is to clear Captain Howard's name. Basically, they're trying to run his legacy through the dirt, but Mike Lowry and Marcus, they're not going to let their good captain go through that. This is what the movie's premise is, essentially trying to find out who the rats are, who's behind this, and who's trying to run this, good man's name through the dirt. But in the film, the humor is there, the action's there, the bromance is there. It captures everything that the previous films has, all the favorite quips, their chemistry. It's here. It's in this movie and filled with great comedic bits. The standout is Martin Lawrence. I think most times that he's on the scene, he basically steals it, man, because he's just got that timing. He never lost it. It's always been with him. And here and there, Will Smith gets to show that. But actually, there's a lot more character work in this film when it comes to Mike Lowry that I personally appreciated a lot. It's things like, well, now that Mike Lowry's married, right before or in the midst of battle, he'll get a panic attack because he's thinking. I mean, now he has to think about his future. Now he has to think about his wife and the risk that comes with the job that he has. Obviously, it's going to cause some form of anxiety. And I thought that was really smart. I did like that little character addition to him. It makes sense now that he's got these new responsibilities for him to have this. And the way it's handled with Martin Lawrence and Marcus just trying to snap him out of it is so great to see and so funny. And obviously their bromance is exemplary to say the least. And there are some pretty great character moments. In particular, there's one character gets a spotlight. The theater was going crazy after this happened. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm very excited for you guys to see it. I thought it was just such a huge highlight of the film, and one of the biggest highlights of the franchise. It's just such a like, it's an underdog firefight, and it's crazy. But so I mean, you're cheering for this guy. It's a great part. I got the opportunity to watch this film in a packed theater, man. Every single seat was filled, and thank God, because this is one of those movies you want to be in a theater in. Not necessarily because of the cinematic aspect of it, even though the action scenes, man, you should go to the theater for those action scenes. But it's just such an audience experience. I feel like I haven't felt this way since the end of Endgame, where at the end of Endgame, the credits are rolling, and many people are clapping. They're just at the end of this wonderful journey, right? So it's been many years since I felt something like that. Maybe in Top Gun Maverick when I went to go watch it, but more so in this movie. It's you got to go to the theaters to watch this, man. Go with your family, go with your friends, because it's just such a fun time. These movies, they have that. They've got that entertainment value to them. There's a reason why the last film actually got top three in the box office. It did come out in COVID, granted, but still it made half a billion in the box office. So the action set pieces are pretty impressive. Actually, there's one in particular, the execution of one in the end. Oh man, it's so crazy. It's like a one shot, and okay, it's not perfect. You could tell that there was a cut here, there was a cut there, maybe, but it's like there's flying drones. You're like on the drone, you're following the POV of the drone, then you switch to the POV of Will Smith, then you switch to the POV. It becomes like a Call of Duty shootout. Then he tosses a gun and it's blah blah blah, and there's a two shot. It's just so cool. And I was a big fan of it because it felt like a one shot, and the action scene was so thrilling. It was very cinematic, and that goes. I mean, kudos to the drone operator, whoever those drone operators were, because it wasn't just used in that scene; they were used in the earlier action scenes as well. And you could just tell that the director was having fun with it, and the drone operator was popping off. So kudos to him. And when it comes to the action scenes, I would have to, if I'm nitpicking, man, it would be that because there was so much happening, it was very dynamic, and at times I would say too dynamic. So I've been saying how this film has the same feeling as the previous ones, and it does, man. If you've liked the previous ones, you're gonna like this one. But in a sense, because of that, the film pushes the boundaries of nostalgia and it starts hitting repetitiveness. But the amazing thing is that Martin Lawrence and Will Smith's cadence and character just brings in that refreshness that kind of masks it, right? And makes it feel like a new scenario, when in reality it kind of isn't. But they bring the entertainment value. Another negative I would have to say is the villain. There's a supposed plot twist with the villain. Man, you see it coming like miles away, hours earlier. So that wasn't really a strength of it. I don't think it ever is when it comes to the Bad Boys films. And another negative would have to be that the supporting cast is not that strong. They're not strongly written. I think, like I said, I really like the character writing for Mike Lowry in this one. But when it came to supporting cast, other than Alexander Ludwig and Reggie's character, they weren't anything other than mundane, average. I haven't spoken about the stunt coordination, so I'm going to. The action set pieces, obviously, because so much chaos was happening when it comes to cinema, you call this controlled chaos. So you have to give it out to the stunt coordinators, you have to give it out to the stuntmen who put in the hours to choreograph all of this. It's like a dance to them. It's recited, they know the steps and everything, but they also take hits and bruises and stuff. So obviously I appreciate everything that they did. And guys, I really like this film. I thought it was very entertaining. It did have its negatives, but I do highly recommend it. It's a fun time, man. It is a summer blockbuster, and I hope it does a lot more money than it did in the last film. I am gonna be giving this film a B plus. Guys, this film is rated R. It is so because of strong language. I mean, almost every single character throws an F bomb here. This film also has strong violence. I would say there are opportunities for the film to be more graphic than it actually is. For example, there is a little storyline with a crocodile, and once the crocodile gets involved, I mean, the director could have shown a lot more, is what I'm trying to say. So it holds back more than I think most action films do nowadays. But it is still graphic. When a character takes a hit, you'll definitely see the gore and the blood. It's not for kids. I would say the most graphic part of it is maybe this flashback scene. It's a torture scene, but it happens for, I don't know, snap of a finger. This movie doesn't have any full nudity, but the main characters do walk into this club. And again, there's no full nudity. There is partial nudity though. And in the club, their characters indulge in a very sexual conversation. Actually, that scene I thought they could have done without it. It's about 5 minutes of screen time that it ate up, and honestly, it doesn't actually move the plot forward for me. I thought it was unnecessary, and it just felt like a forced cameo. And you'll see what I'm talking about once you watch it. Also, it's played for comedic humor, but you do see a main character's bare butt in the beginning of the film. Just a heads up. Guys, thank you so much for watching this review. Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know what you thought about Bad Boys, Ride or Die. Hopefully you enjoy it as much as I did. But let me know what you think about the film. Thank you guys so much. Catch you guys next time. This movie is directed by Adil Belalli and Bilal Faya. This movie is directed by Adil El Arbi. 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 Hello everyone, I just watched Bad Boys Ride or Die, and it's been directed by Adil El Al. Ah, shoot.